Since 2021, the Cardinals have been consistently inconsistent, with Kyler Murray sometimes looking like an MVP candidate for about 3 weeks, and then falling back to earth to be another mediocre quarterback in the NFL that can sometimes run. And the Cardinals, overall this year, they have a good defense. They got Josh Sweat. The Cardinals look good after their first drive, but then they just rely on James Conner and their defense to get them out of games. The question this year is Kyler really going to be the future quarterback of the Cardinals? Can Kyler get the Cardinals over that playoff hump? Now, I'm not saying the Cardinals are getting ready to move on from Kyler Murray. I don't think they will in a long time, even though they should probably start thinking of it. They just drafted Marvin Harrison Jr. They got Josh Sweat on the defense. They got James Conner, a running back. They got Trey McBride, who's a great tight end. The Cardinals just can't seem to put the pieces together to win football games consistently. So today I'm going to be predicting the schedule of the most consistently inconsistent team in the NFL, the Arizona Cardinals. So here we are. This is the Cardinals 2025 NFL schedule, and they got a pretty easy game. Week 1 at the Saints. Saints probably the worst team in the league. That's pretty. Saints are most likely going to be the number 1 to number 3 pick in the draft. If they have a first-round pick, I honestly don't know. But either way, the Saints have Chris Olave and Alvin Kamara, and that's pretty much it. They don't really have a defense at all besides Demario Davis at linebacker. They drafted Kool-Aid McKinstry at cornerback, but honestly, corner isn't going to make or break your team, so I don't think that doesn't matter at all. It's week 1. The Saints usually perform well at week 1, but they're the Saints. They're just not. They're not good this year. Is an understatement. But I have the Cardinals winning in week 1 in New Orleans. Week 2, home for the Panthers. Now, the Panthers got good this offseason. They drafted Tetairoa McMillan out of Arizona, and they got Xavier Legette. Hopefully, Tetairoa can be that wide receiver 1 in the future after Adam Thielen retires, because, I don't know, how much longer is he going to be in the league? 1, 2, 3 more years tops, probably? Maybe he could surprise me and keep going, but he ain't got long left. The Panthers, still a rebuilding team. Definitely got better, but I think the Cardinals, with Cardinals defense being pretty damn good, I think the Cardinals are going to be able to win this football game. San Francisco 49ers, last year, I don't know what happened. Horrible, horrible Super Bowl hangover. They got injured everywhere. CMC played half the year, maybe less. I don't even think it was half the year. But the offense just never got going throughout the season. They get rid of Deebo Samuel. He's in Washington now. They got Brandon Ayuk. They got Brock Purdy. They got Christian McCaffrey. George Kittle's still there. Still got a great defense. Charvarius Ward is now on the Colts, but corner's not going to make or break your team. I think the Niners are going to be back in the playoff chase. I think last year was more of a fluke after the Super Bowl, kind of like how the Rams won the Super Bowl and then missed the playoffs the next year and then went right back to the playoffs after that. I think the Niners will be right back, and I think the Niners offense is way better than the Cardinals offense. Kyler Murray is quite inconsistent. There's times where he looks like an MVP. There's times where he just looks absolutely terrible. So I got the Niners taking this one. Seattle gets Sam Darnold. Seattle, not a good O-line at all. But Sam Darnold did well in Minnesota. I think Sam's a system quarterback. But Seattle's got a good run game. They got decent receivers. They did lose DK Metcalf, but they got Njigba. I think the Seahawks offense is going to be better than the Cardinals offense. The Cardinals have good defense. That's just not going to win you football games. I think Seattle gets a win. Next up is the Tennessee Titans, the rookie quarterback Cam Ward out of Miami University. Tennessee they got a good defense, but offensively just not there. You never know what's going to happen with a rookie quarterback. You could get another Jaden Daniels, or you could get, just how Bryce Young was in his rookie year. I don't see the Titans doing much. I think the Cardinals are a better team. Cardinals definitely have better weapons on offense. Cardinals have a better defense, I think, and Cardinals are going to get their 3rd win. Coming back, getting above 500 in week 5. Next, Arizona's going to Indianapolis to play the Colts. Is it going to be Anthony Richardson or Is it going to be Daniel Jones? Probably Daniel Jones, because Anthony Richardson, as of right now, Anthony Richardson got injured in a preseason game against the Ravens. I'm not sure if he's going to be cleared by week 1. I'm assuming he's going to be, because I don't think it was that bad of an injury, but I could be wrong. By the time this comes out, it could be completely different. But I don't see the Colts. I just they don't know what they're doing at quarterback, and Anthony Richardson likes to panic and throw deep balls that get intercepted all the time. Cardinals got a good defense. I'm going Cardinals to win in week 6. Next up, you got the Packers, who I think are going to be much, much better this year. Packers, the only thing really concerning me about the Packers is their edge rushers. Packers get Matthew Golden in the first round. They drafted a wide receiver, and that's going to be huge. I think Matthew Golden's going to be amazing for the Packers. They got a great offense. Jordan Love is going to continue to improve as long as he doesn't make those plays where he panics and just throws the deep ball and gets intercepted like he did against the Raiders in 2023 and against the Niners in the playoffs 2 years ago. I think the Packers are going to be back. I think the Packers are going to be contending for the North, and the Packers, they are worse at cornerback, but they're good at safety. They're great offensively. Their weapons are amazing. Good receiving core, good run game. Packers are just a better team. I think the Cardinals lose in week 7. They get the bye week, probably a needed bye week. Going up against the Cowboys, which I really don't think are going to be that much of a contender this year. I don't even think, maybe they'll be a playoff team, but I don't think they're going to go further than the wild card if they do make playoffs. Definitely not winning the division. Cowboys, will Michael Parsons even be on the team at that point? I think he will. I don't think he's going to get traded. I think they'll end up paying him. But as it stands right now, he has not been paid. He has requested a trade, and Dak Prescott coming off of a leg injury. Got George Pickens. They got CeeDee Lamb. Cardinals, I just think they have a better defense than the Cowboys. I think Cardinals offensively can beat the Cowboys, and I just have no hope for the Cowboys at all, as no one should ever. So I have the Cardinals winning in week 9. Week 10 against the Seahawks, division rival. They lost to them in week 4. They come back in week 10. These teams always play each other weird. Geno Smith's gone, so new quarterback coming in. It's going to be completely different. You never know what's going to happen. Sam Darnold, I think he's a system quarterback. I think he did well in Kevin O'Connell's system. How's he going to do in the Seahawks system? I think Cardinals get the win back in week 10. Because they will probably lean on the run. They got Josh Sweat. Seahawks have a terrible O-line with Sam Darnold, who is not good under pressure. I think Cardinals split with the Seahawks. Then going back to San Francisco, I think the Niners sweep them. I mean, I'm pretty high on San Francisco this year. I think San Francisco is going to be much, much better. They're going to be coming back for the playoffs, coming back for that division. Cardinals, fringe playoff team. Niners just have a much better offense, and I'm assuming with these predictions, I'm not predicting any injuries here. I'm just assuming both teams at full strength. Who's going to win? And Niners at full strength are just a much better team, much more complete team. Maybe Cardinals have a better defense, but that's kind of close. I think Cardinals might have a better defense, but definitely the Niners, I think, definitely can outscore the Cardinals for sure. Then Cardinals kind of getting an easy game here in week 12. Jaguars aren't really anything to fear. Jaguars probably going to be picking top 10 again this year. I don't expect them to make playoffs or win the division. Jaguars they got Travis Hunter. We're going to see how Travis Hunter is. Can Trevor Lawrence improve at all? Because he's been a bust up until this point. Won one playoff game. Won the division once. Even though Texans do have kind of a stranglehold on that division. Yeah, the Jaguars, not a good team. Cardinals, mediocre team. That's it. Then going into Tampa Bay, which Tampa Bay is a very, very complete team. I'm going to say the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win in week 13 against the Cardinals at Tampa. Buccaneers are just a very, very complete team. They got Bucky Irving at running back and Rachaad White to be the backup running back. They got Mike Evans. They got Chris Godwin. They got Cade Otton. Baker Mayfield, very good defense. Buccaneers are they are a dark horse contender this year. Kyler probably could be slowing down at this point in the season. Probably had his little good run right in week 9 and 10, and here's where he's going to be coming back to earth. So I think Buccaneers win week 13. Week 14 against the Los Angeles Rams. I mean, the Rams just have a very, very, very good pass rush, and Rams are just. They lost Cooper Kupp. They got Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams is getting up there, but they got Kyron Williams at running back. Puka Nacua, obviously a top 10 wide receiver in the league. Amazing wide receiver. Rams got Jared Verse on defense. Rams' pass rush is just scary. Last year they sacked the Vikings. What was it, 9 times in that wild card game? I think it was somewhere around 9 times, which might be the record for most sacks in a playoff game. Rams, just a more complete team than the Cardinals. Cardinals definitely not, a contender at all. Rams could contend for a championship, could contend or go to the Super Bowl. Not a top contender, but definitely probably going to be division round. Could make NFC title game. Rams are a much more complete team. Cardinals are not. The Cardinals, Kyler Murray, it comes down to Murray, if he's consistent or not, and he's usually very inconsistent. So I got the Rams winning week 14. Week 15, we got the Houston Texans, who got Nick Chubb over the offseason. They got Nick Chubb. They got Joe Mixon. They got Stephon Diggs, obviously went to the Patriots and does what he does on boats like a normal person. But Houston got very, very good defense. They got a great offense, great running back duo with Nick Chubb and Joe Mixon. CJ Stroud is going to continue to improve. Won a playoff game in each of his 2 years. I think CJ Stroud's going to be one of the top quarterbacks in the league coming up here in a couple of years, maybe 5 years from now, 5 to 6 years from now. CJ Stroud's a top 5 quarterback. Texans got a great receiving corps. Dalton Schultz, Nico Collins, Dalton Schultz being the tight end, and Texans a better team, much better defense with the Texans. CJ Stroud's unreal. When he rolls out of the pocket, he's able to usually make great decisions. He's very, very good with the football. Usually doesn't make a lot of stupid throws. I got the Texans winning in week 15. Week 16, we got the Falcons. Michael Penix, Bijan Robinson, as he said in a press conference. It's Bijan Robinson, not Bijan Robinson. I've been saying it wrong for the last 2 years, 3 years. How long has he been in the league? 2 years. 2023 was his rookie season. Falcons, they got Drake London, great receiver. Darnell Mooney, really, really good receiver. Bijan Robinson. Then you got Kyle Pitts. We'll see. I don't know when it comes to Kyle Pitts. He's just I'm scared when he's on the football field. If he gets a ball, there is a 30% shot he's gonna catch that ball. But Falcons, I think Michael Penix, we didn't get a lot of him last year. Penix was probably the most NFL-ready quarterback going into the draft last year. And he played great. He played great in the few games we saw him in after Kirk Cousins. But Penix and the Falcons, I don't think, it's late in the season. Cardinals are coming off a 3-game losing streak, and I think they continue that streak. And the Falcons win week 16. Yeah, I got Cardinals ain't that good. Here we got the Cincinnati Bengals. They did sign Shamar Stewart. Finally, their rookie that they drafted, their Trey Hendrickson replacement. Maybe if they do get rid of him, you got to assume that's why they drafted him. Trey Hendrickson still has not been signed as of recording. He has still not been signed. I doubt they'll trade him. I don't think Trey will sit out. If anything, Trey will get to the season and Trey will play. Hendrickson will play even if he's not signed, because Hendrickson is just not the guy who's going to sit out. Maybe he will. I really don't think he'll sit out. Bengals, really, really high-powered offense. Chase Brown at running back. Joe Burrow, quarterback, obviously. T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. Really, really explosive offense. Were basically eliminated from the playoffs last year. Came back to go 9-8 to have a chance, and then still got eliminated because the Chiefs were scared. Bengals terrible defense. Cardinals pretty good defense. Cardinals could be trying to push for a playoff spot here. They they got 7 wins, 2 more takes them to 9, and that gives them a shot to get into the playoffs. So I think Cardinals will be playing for a playoff spot, and the Bengals just don't really have a defense. They have Cam Taylor-Britt at cornerback, but corner again not going to make or break your team. Not a huge deal. I don't think he's a game-changing quarterback by any means. I think Cardinals win Week 17 just because of the Bengals defense. I think is really gonna screw them over. Last week, Week 18, the Los Angeles Rams. Rams, great defense, great offense, great receiving weapons, great running back. Rams win this last game. Cardinals usually deflate by the end of the season. They don't have much fighting for. This would give them an 8-9 record, eliminating them from the playoffs, getting 1 game away from a winning record, and same old Cardinals. But that's going to do it for my Cardinals 2025 record prediction. Let me know what you think about these games in the comments. If you think they're going to be better, they're going to be worse. Let me know what you think is going to happen with Kyler Murray. Is he going to improve? Is he going to stay the same? I think he's still going to be consistently inconsistent. He'll just be great for 2 weeks in Week 9 and 10, and then he'll just kind of deflate and go back to being average Kyler Murray who breaks off a couple runs every once in a while, and then everyone's like, "Ooh, he can run. Let's keep him on the team." So yeah, Cardinals 8-9, pretty. I don't think that's crazy. I think Cardinals are not very mid team, but yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Anyway, I'm Benchwarmer Genius. Goodbye.